In today's video, I'm going to show you how to change your address on your driving license. We're on the official gov.uk website. I'll put the direct link in the description box below for you. And on the first page, we're at change the address on your driving license. So it says here, apply online. Change the address on either your full driving license or your provisional driving license. It does not cost anything to change your address with DVLA, and you can still drive while you're waiting for your new license. However, if you want to change your name at the same time, you will have to apply it by post. So this is just going to be a change of address on a full driving license. And be advised that before you start, you can be fined up to £1,000 if you do not tell DVLA when your address changes. For this process, you're going to need your driving license, to be a resident of Great Britain, to give the addresses you've lived at in the last 3 years, and to not be banned from driving. It will also be handy to have your national insurance number and passport number if you know them. So to get started, we're going to click on Start Now. And the first page is Change Your Details, Authentication. During your transaction, please don't use the buttons on your browser, e.g. back, forward, refresh, etc. You should only use the buttons on the bottom of each page, and you should click these only once. So the buttons are Cancel, you can see on the left, and Next on the right. Please have all your documents to hand, as the service will time out when not in use. So the documents that we've been told that we need to have are the driving license photo card, the national insurance number, and the British passport number. Please ensure the details you enter are your own. You cannot apply for a driving license for someone else. Got it. So we're going to click on Next. Some information about DVLA and securing our data. So we've taken all that in, happy with the information provided. I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. So next up is your details. Please complete your personal details. Please ensure your personal details, including any middle names, match the details on your official ID document, i.e. passport. And then the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So I'll fill this in with my details, so including my title, my first name and my surname, gender, date of birth and country of birth. And I'm going to fill this in with my details as they appear in my British passport, just to make sure everything remains consistent. Now that that's all filled in, I'm going to click on Next. Your addresses. Search for your address. Please enter the address that you require on your new driving license. So on this page, I'm going to be filling in the details that are pertaining to the new address that I want listed on my updated driving license. So I'm just going to enter the house number and postcode. Once I click Next, it'll be populated for me. Right, there we have it. So please check that this is the correct address before choosing Next. If not, choose Search Again or other ways to enter your address. So within the box there under the address field, I'm happy with the address. I don't need to make any amendments. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. Time lived at address. So this is the time that I've lived at this address, address 1, which is my current address. This question is asked because DVLA requires 3 years plus of address history. So I'm going to fill in the amount of time I've lived at this current address and then click on Next. And because I've moved into this address very recently, it's not for over 3 years. So I now need to add an additional address for the remaining amount of time. So now I'm going to click on Add Address To. Again, it asks me for the house name or number and postcode for my previous address. I'll fill it in and then click on Next. And then once again, it's populated my address. I'm happy with that. There's no omissions. So I'm going to click on Next. I'll enter the amount of years that I lived at my previous address, which was more than 3 years. And then I'm going to click on Next. So this is my entire address history for more than 3 years. So I've got address 1 where I currently live and how long I have lived there. And then address 2 is my last address and how long I used to live there. And that covers well over 3 years of my address history. So I can now move on and click on Next. So your driver record details. If you know the following details, please enter them. It will make it easier to find your driver record. So here I'm going to fill in the driver number. And the driver number is the series of letters and numbers on the front of your driving license photo card, and it normally starts with your surname. So I'm going to enter that on the driver number field. Following that, you have told us that you have lived at the following addresses in the last 3 years. So it's got 2 of my addresses, my current one and my previous one. Is the address printed on your driving license listed above? On my current driving license, my previous address was listed, so I'm going to tick yes and then click on Next. Security details. So that we can process your application, we will check your identity and the details you have given us with third parties. By providing the information below, you are consenting to your details being submitted to these third parties. If we can't confirm your identity, we will tell you what to do next at the end of your transaction. Again, the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So that's not required for either of my telephone numbers, so I'll leave those sections blank. The information that is being requested is my surname at birth, my mother's maiden name, so that's my mother's surname at her birth, and my place of birth. By clicking on help in each category, we get some further information. So for birth surname, enter your surname as it was when you were born. Mother's maiden name, enter your mother's maiden name. If you do not know your mother's maiden name, just enter unknown. And place of birth, enter the town, city, county, or region in which you were born. So with those sections completed, I'm going to go ahead and click on next. National insurance number. Providing your national insurance number will help to process your application more quickly. If you enter your national insurance number, DVLA will attempt to verify and authenticate your identity with the Department for Work and Pensions and Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. If DVLA are unable to verify your identity, it may result in you having to send DVLA additional paper documentation, such as original identity documents, by post. By entering your national insurance number, you will provide DVLA with consent to check your personal details and national insurance number with the Department of Work and Pensions. If you do not wish to or cannot provide your national insurance number, please leave the following sections blank and click next to continue. I have no issue providing my national insurance number, so I'm going to fill it in and then click on next. So on the next page, it says your license is valid until the 8th of April 2023. If you select to renew your license, you will need to supply a photo. Instructions will be given on how DVLA can attempt to use your passport photo and signature on your license. So UK passport number, please enter your UK passport number below. You'll be giving your consent to access your personal data, including your photo and signature, held by Her Majesty's Passport Office. The information returned from HM Passport Office will be used to check your identity. So here I'm going to put in my passport number. That's the series of numbers on your bio page of your UK passport. It's on the top right hand corner of the page with your photo on it, and it does say if you do not wish to provide your UK passport number or do not have a UK passport number, please click on the next button below to continue with your application. Since I have a valid UK passport number, I'm happy to enter the number and then click on next. License details. Please provide the following details to prove that you have your license. Your photo card driving license issue number. This 2-digit number can be found after your driving license number in section 5. By clicking on the help box on the right, we can see exactly where to find the driving license issue number. Here we go, how to find your photo card driving license issue number. You can find this number on your driving license photo card, and it's circled there after that long driving license number that I previously mentioned, which starts normally with your surname and a series of numbers. It's the final 2 digits after a space. So we're going to enter those 2 digits, and then after that is your photo card number. This 10 or 12 digit number is on the reverse side of your photo card license. Again, we're going to click on the help box to the right, and again we'll find an example of where to find the photo card number. So it says here your photo card can be either a barcode number or a serial number, and you can find this number on the back of your photo card. So we've actually got 2 examples. There's one with a barcode and then a small series of numbers just underneath it. My personal driving license is the bottom version, so just a series of numbers with no barcode. If your license has been lost, stolen, defaced, or destroyed, and you are then unable to provide these details, you can tick the box at the bottom instead and then click on next. But since I have my card and I can make out the details, I'm going to fill them in and then click on next. License renewal option. Your license is valid until the 8th of April 2023. You can choose to renew your license now, but to do this, the photo on your license must be changed. Her Majesty's Passport Office has confirmed you have a valid photo and signature which can be used on your driving license. If you use your passport photo on your driving license, it will be valid for another 10 years. You will need to pay a total of £14 to renew your license with this online application. And again, the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So what would you like to do? First option is renew my license using the photo and signature provided by HM Passport Office as part of this application, or I want to continue with my online application without renewing my license. I'm going to opt for the second option, continue with my application solely to update my address. I'm not looking to renew right now. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it really simple and click on I want to continue with my online application without renewing my license, and therefore just simply get my address updated on my driving license at this time. I'm going to select that and I'll click on next. Disqualifications. Are you currently disqualified from driving? So this one is a mandatory question that needs to be answered. I'm not currently disqualified from driving, so I'm going to select no and then click on next. Further information. Organ donation. DVLA is working with the NHS to encourage organ donation and save lives. If you need an organ transplant, would you have one? If so, please help others. There's two options here. So yes, I want to join the NHS organ donor register, then continue with my DVLA driving license application, or I like to complete my DVLA driving license application first and find out more when I have finished. If you have registered before, please select yes and take this opportunity to confirm or update your donation preferences. To continue with your DVLA license application, you must select one of the two options above. I'm going to go ahead and confirm my donation options and then click on next. Email address. Please enter the email address to which you would like your email confirmation sent. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my email address and then retype it and confirm it and then click on next. Declaration. I understand that it is a criminal offence to make a false declaration or withhold material information in order to obtain a driving licence, and that to do so can lead to prosecution and a fine of up to £1,000 or imprisonment for a period of up to 2 years or both. So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm this declaration by clicking in the box. Also, I understand that it is a legal requirement that only one driving license is held at one time, and confirm that I have cut my driving license in two and will return it to DVLA. So we'll tick the box that also says, please confirm that you will return your old driving license by clicking in the box. We'll tick those boxes and then click on continue. Check your answers. You must click on the submit now button at the bottom of this page to submit your application. Please check the details you have given carefully. You can correct any details that are wrong by clicking on the change links at the bottom of each section. You won't be able to make changes after this page. So just a quick summary of all the information I provided in the previous pages. So personal details, address details, driver record details, security details, license details, passport details, national insurance number details, and further information. And finally, the declaration. So it's really important just to spend a couple of minutes going through each section, making sure there's no typos or any oversights when you filled in those sections. And once you're happy with the answers that you provided, you can go ahead and scroll to the bottom and click on the submit now button. And application completed. Confirmation details. Thank you for submitting your application. Your driving license application has been submitted for validation checks. The driving license should arrive in the post within 2 weeks. Please cut your old driving license into two and return it to DVLA Swansea SA991ZW. Please print this page and or make a note of the application reference number in case you have a query. So I've got my application details, my name, my reference number, and confirmation of my new address. And driving before your new license arrives. The law allows you to drive before you receive your driving license as long as you have held a Great Britain or Northern Ireland license issued since 1st of January 1976. You are not disqualified from driving. You have not been and will not be refused the license for medical reasons. You keep to any special conditions which apply to the license. The entitlement on your license has not expired. And your health. If you have a medical condition that could affect your driving, you must tell us immediately. And yep, I've also received the email, which is basically the same as this page, which I can keep nice and safe, meaning I don't need to print this page. I'm going to go ahead and click on finish. And that's how you update an address on your driving license. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. If you know anyone else that might benefit from this video, please do share it with them. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.